So, you've got some money to invest. That's awesome. But where does it go first? Your 401k? An IRA? What about that hot new stock your buddy keeps talking about? The truth is, most of us get the order completely wrong, and it costs a fortune over time. Okay, let's dive into the step-by-step path to investing your money in the smartest order possible. This quote right here, it just nails the problem perfectly. So many of us are busy pouring money into our investment accounts while we're ignoring these huge financial holes that are draining our wealth faster than it can ever grow. It's a super frustrating cycle, but it's one we can absolutely fix just by plugging those holes first. And how big are these holes we're talking about? Well, get this. According to recent data, the median emergency savings for an American is just $500. That's it. That might not even cover a car repair or a surprise trip to the doctor. This isn't just some small leak. For a lot of people, it's a gaping hole in their financial foundation. So let's just call it what it is, the leaky bucket problem. The common approach, jumping straight into the exciting investments without a solid foundation, it's just completely backward. It feels like you're making progress, but a lot of the time, it's just an illusion. Now, let's just talk about the simple math here, because it's kind of shocking. The stock market, on a good year, might return around 10%. But if you're earning 10% on your investments while you're paying 22% on credit card debt, you are fighting a battle you cannot win. Every single day, your debt is literally outrunning your investments. This isn't just a bad strategy, it's a guaranteed way to go backward. So, how do we fix this? We start by building a financial fortress. Seriously, before we even think about stocks or ETFs or anything else, we have to lay down two critical, non-negotiable foundations. These will protect everything else we build on top of them. The first part of that fortress is your emergency fund. And listen, it is so much more than just cash for a rainy day. Think of it as a psychological safety net. When life throws you that curveball, and it will, having this fund means you don't have to panic sell your investments at the absolute worst time. It protects your long-term plan from short-term chaos. Now, saving 3 to 6 months of expenses. I know, it can feel completely overwhelming. So let's not even think about that number. Let's break it down. Your first mission is to save your first $1,000 and do it fast. That small buffer alone is a massive psychological win. Then you aim for 1 full month of expenses. Once you hit that, you can steadily work your way toward that bigger 3 to 6 month goal. It makes the impossible feel possible. The second part of our fortress is attacking debt. In this quote, man, it's harsh, but it's 100% true. High interest debt, especially from credit cards, is like a financial cancer. It just compounds relentlessly against you, destroying your wealth way faster than you can build it. So what do we target first? We focus on any debt with an interest rate higher than, say, about 8%. Now, here's the crucial part. Paying off a credit card that's charging you 22% is the exact same thing as getting a guaranteed tax-free 22% return on your money. Tell me, where else can you find an investment that can safely promise you that? You can't. It is the best investment you will ever make. Okay, so we have a firm rule. Pay off that high-interest debt before you invest. But there is one and only one brilliant exception to this rule. It's the one time you can get a return so ridiculously high, it even beats paying down that 22% credit card. And here is why. An employer match on your 401k is literally free money. When your company offers a 50% or even a 100% match on your contributions, you are getting an immediate, guaranteed return on your investment. There is nothing else in the financial world that comes close. Ignoring this is like turning down a raise. So here's the exact play. You contribute just enough money to your company's retirement plan to get the full employer match. Not a penny more, at least for now. As soon as you've secured that free money, you pivot right back around and funnel every other available dollar into destroying your high-interest debt. It's the best of both worlds. All right, once your fortress is built, you've got your emergency fund and the high-interest debt is gone, now we enter what I like to call the tax optimization zone. This is where we use the government's own rulebook to legally shield our money from taxes and seriously accelerate our wealth building. The first big decision you'll face is traditional versus Roth. A traditional account, that gives you a tax break today. A Roth account gives you tax-free withdrawals in retirement. The simple rule of thumb, if you think you're making more money now than you will in retirement, go traditional. But if you're in a lower tax bracket now, say early in your career, go Roth and lock in that sweet tax-free growth forever.
Now, here is the secret weapon of the tax optimization zone, the Health Savings Account, or HSA. If you're eligible for one of these, it is hands down one of the most powerful investment accounts in existence, all thanks to a pretty unique combination of benefits.
And this is what makes it so ridiculously special. An HSA has what's called a triple tax advantage. One, you get a tax break when you put money in. Two, your money grows completely tax-free. And three, you pay zero taxes when you take it out for qualified medical expenses. No other account does all three of those things. It's like a supercharged retirement account for your health. So, let's put it all together in the right order. After you've secured your full employer match, here's the optimal ladder. First, you max out your IRA, your individual retirement account, because it usually has more flexibility and lower fees. Second, you max out your HSA if you have one. Then, and only then, do you go back to your 401k and fill that thing up to the annual limit. Okay, we've built our fortress. We've maxed out all of our tax-advantaged accounts. If you've gotten this far, congratulations. You are already ahead of probably 95% of people. Now, and only now, do we venture into what I call the investing Wild West, the standard taxable brokerage account. The reason this step comes dead last is because of a sneaky little thing called tax drag. See, in a regular brokerage account, you have to pay taxes on dividends and capital gains every single year. This constantly slows down your compounding. It is literally like trying to run a race with sand in your shoes. And if you're thinking, how much can a little sand really matter? Well, take a look at this. Over 30 years, that small annual tax drag can mean hundreds of thousands of dollars less in your account compared to the exact same investment in a tax-advantaged one. That's why we max those other accounts out first. This is a $250,000 decision. Whew, we've covered a lot of ground, right? From plugging leaks in our bucket to navigating the tax code. So let's bring it all together into one clear, final roadmap that shows the optimal path from start to finish. And here it is, the smartest order to invest your money. Step 1, build that 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Step 2, destroy all high-interest debt. Step 3, capture your full employer match. That's free money. Step 4, max out your IRA and your HSA. Step 5, go back and max out the rest of your 401k. And then, the final step, Step 6, invest in a taxable brokerage account. This sequence makes sure you're building real wealth on solid ground. Following this order, look, it's not always the most exciting path. It's not as flashy as picking stocks, but it is, by far, the most effective. It's about doing the boring stuff first so you can build serious, lasting wealth down the road. So the only question left is, you now know the optimal path. Are you on it?